Hello. Welcome back to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. In our last episode, we finished up the Military 1 Act and we began the Militia Act 3, which will hopefully give us enough people, enough soldiers to fight with for the foreseeable future, at least through the rest of this year. And then we can start working on, I don't even know, like industrialization perhaps, or Military Act 2. I don't know. We need something that lets us create rifles. We'll also probably have to do some government funding at some point here to get our credit rating up because we don't want it to dip too low. Meanwhile, we have two armies moving on St. Louis. I'll check Longstreet's brigade or his division. Oh, that reminds me. Clark's brigade, and then this is Johnston, Armistead, Slack. So why did we have... There's Clark's division. There it is. So we'll call this brigade. And we're going to call this one Cooper's artillery. So there's less confusion. Speaking of artillery, what exactly did we capture on that last battle? We captured like 8 guns or something? It might have been some of these 6-pounders. We have a lot of those. I don't think it was these howitzers. Maybe it was. Who knows? All right, either way. We have that to deal with. We're also fighting actively around Nashville down here. I don't know how that's going. Looks pretty even. 27 to 27 kills. In fact, I kind of want to do that first because I feel like it'll be quicker. So let's assault there. I know I really want to get to this battle for St. Louis. We're going to be on the defensive this time. So it could get pretty ugly because they'll have the initiative essentially where they get to decide when and where they're going to attack us at. But we should have the advantage of fortifications. If we put our fortifications in the right position, this quote that you see, I know the ship is surrendered, but we haven't. That was kind of like a big deal. That was the Battle of Hampton, whatever, I forget what it is, but it's the Monitor versus the Virginia. Oh, they have a control point. Well, we do not. Oh, hang on. This is okay. We're down in Tennessee. Sorry, I thought this was Missouri. Um, is it the Hampton Roads? Is it? I don't remember, but basically the battle between the Monitor and the Virginia. Some of the Union ships had surrendered, which is typically means everybody stop. You stop shooting at them and you let them evacuate, or you take prisoners, or you take a prize. Capturing the ship is called taking a prize. But the Union soldiers on the banks of, I guess it was maybe the Chesapeake Bay or whatever it was, they just started shooting at the rebel sailors when they came out to deal with the prisoners and stuff. And so the rebels said okay, and they just started firing on these ships that had surrendered because they were being shot at. So all right, this shouldn't be too bad. They have a very small force here, so we're probably going to go onto this road like this. There we go. Yep, we'll just march right up the road. We're going to spend most of the day getting into position. Also, I have a song stuck in my head, so I've got playlists and stuff on YouTube that I listen to when I'm doing other things. And somehow a song from the Hobbit movies, maybe like the last one snuck in there. It was an Ed Sheeran song called "I See Fire" or something like that. But it's a song about like dwarves and dragons and stuff. And I don't know why, but it's like really just stuck in my head. Like while I'm doing this, I'm just thinking about like that song. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. It's not like, hey, I have this gigantic artillery barrage, and I'm thinking I see fire. No, it's just my brain putting a song on repeat for me. Anyway, once we're stretched out along this road a little bit, we'll be able to start maneuvering better. Pemberton then is an artillery guy. We're still at actually poor training. That's one step above untrained. So these guys have been sitting around Nashville long enough that they've actually gotten some training. Meanwhile, there's B Junior. He got disgraced at one point, but he looks like he's, back in action, I guess. But our goal here, really, really, really important, is that we can get through this summer in the fall and essentially get to like winter quarters. We have a chance to just sit back, take a breath. Hopefully, there won't be too many armies moving around during winter, and get some training done, get some of our acts done, get some weapons distributed. All right. So you know the plan here is that we like to split the enemy as much as possible. Actually, this is fine. Having them on that fence line back there isn't actually too bad of a thing. Johnston's division. And then we want to move the overall commander up. Again, we've got no cavalry here. And I am starting to notice the disadvantage of not having it. But I didn't plan ahead, so I'm not going to have any for a while. Out west here, essentially. I believe I've got cavalry and like the Army of the Potomac and those units that are over in West Virginia and all that. Let's speed things up here. It's going to be dark before I'm in action. They're going to withdraw during the night. I'm almost sure of it. So we do need to kind of press the attacker a little bit to inflict some damage, capture some people, maybe chase them off of their guns if we can. Okay. Move up. Move up. And we are at a disadvantage with our weaponry. All right, we got them turning towards us. Then let's swing out to the left. Or to bring the artillery. I don't even know. We'll just leave them there for now, I guess. That's fine. What are you doing? What is this? What is he doing? I can't even fathom what's going on here. Hmm. Kind of have an idea. This might break the whole army if I do it. But I kind of want to just do like a mass charge. Oh, Tennessee State Militia is a little bit weak. Ah, that's right. They were. I remember that from some previous battles that we had. They were a little bit tore up. Yes, come close. Buckner, get in there. Griggs Brigade on the left. Shore them up with a commander. With their division commander. I have no idea how they're withstanding all of this, but they are. I have a feeling we're taking a lot of casualties here, pushing up just right in their face like this, but actually we kind of are winning. But we have these, these muskets. Like we have to mixed muskets. You have to get in there. Oh, it's time. It's time. Just do it. Just everybody in. I didn't say stop, did I? Go, go, go. Oh, it worked. Well, we're taking quite. What happened here? An enemy unit has. Oh, oh, that is wonderful. Yes, we needed a big win like that. Can we intercept? Nope, not really. Oh, something else happened. An enemy unit, the battery. We got the battery too while we were at it. Cool. Look at that. That is great. That's like our. That might be one of our biggest wins ever. That is really nice. I mean, we were tired of these guys hanging around down here. Look at that. We captured their gun. Well, we got rid of their guns. We took 999 casualties, but they took 3,600. And that was, jeez, that was like, 2/5 of their army or whatever. You look at these pictures of these guys from back in the day, and they just look like, normal guys. You'd never think that they could hang out in the wilderness and fight and stand in front of enemy muskets and cannons and all that. All right, how did we do? I have a feeling that most of what we did was captured some guys. Oh, look at that. So my command is under total victory. They only took 117 killed, which we took more killed, but we captured 3,000 of them, and we put them into POW camps. Lieutenant Colonel Welsh, is that our guy? Do we have a Welsh, or was that them? Well, that chopped their army down quite a bit. Let's move back to Nashville. Check our army real quick. We don't have a Welsh in here. But we do need. Actually, we can do this the easy way. go in here, select our commander, and we just give them 2 sets of cavalry. Actually, just give them 1 for now. That's Hill, Daniel Hill. He's not a cavalry guy, he's an infantry guy. Let's replace him with a cavalry brah. Brah. We'll go Chambliss, I guess. Lomax. Lomax will do. And we can give him some musketoons, probably. We can. We'd really just need like a pursuit force. Alright, let's save the game. Just in case we crash, because I haven't shut the game off since the last episode, which is just, for me, 10, 20 minutes ago, but for you guys, it would have been 2 days ago. Guys and gals, I suppose. Haven't really, I don't even know how to check the metrics on my viewers, but okay. Anyhow, we still can't put any more funding into the military. Oh, shoot, we did. All right, let's turn that down a little bit. It just basically went from 5 million up to 12 something. But we can double it, leave it on very high at 10 point whatever. Let's do the same with industry. We'll turn that down a little bit so we don't shatter our economy. All right. So that should, yeah, that should really get our little projects going here quick. So we've got some invasions going on. We've got overcrowded prison camps down here in Jackson. So that means we need to build a new prison camp. I wonder what that does. What does that mean? Wonder if it's just going to start killing everyone. That would be actually a bad thing. I wouldn't like that to happen. We could build one in Tuscaloosa. There we go. Federal building. Turn off auto placement and do a prison camp. Zoom in so you can actually see it. There we go. Yeah, when you suddenly capture 3,000 troops, your prison camps are maybe get a little bit too overcrowded. All right, so this will be an even battle, although my morale is suspect here, but we'll take it. We will have the advantage of being on the defensive, although Longstreet's division was kind of broken by that mishap with the infantry moving behind us in the last episode. But it might take them a day, like a full day, to actually march over to us, depending on how we deploy. And in that time, our morale should recover a little bit. If we can get up to eager or confident, then we'll be good to go. Especially if we've got some cover. Alrighty. So the enemy is green, but they're determined. Alright, we're not immediately. Yeah, Pickett's demoralized just to start out with. That's not great. So they're going to come down this main road. Yeah, they're almost certainly, right? They're going to come down the main road here. So we want to try to set up like this with breastworks. Like we got a fence, we got a fence there, like a natural fence. They might also come over here. Okay. Pickett, yeah, he's already demoralized, which isn't great. But we can do that. Let's grab him and place him right like that. We'll put Pickett in the rear. And then the artillery, it can arrive a little bit later. It doesn't have to do any digging. Yep, we're going to try to hold that. So let's hit play. So we're going to move Longstreet's forward. They have the best rifles. Go. The artillery. We'll probably want to put them like right here in between the two bridges. And then Pillow's brigade. It's going to go on Pillow's division. It's going to go on the right. We can at least use the fences. And then Pickett, I think, will sort of be in between with the artillery, ready to reinforce as needed. We need to grab Lee. There we go. And off we go. Hopefully we'll have enough time to dig in a little bit here. Otherwise, this is going to be just a straight up slugfest, although we will have the advantage of the bridges. All right. Ruggles brigade. Try to have him start making some breastworks like this. Boy, he's fast. Why is he so fast? Look at him go. He's just like zooming. Well, that's fine. That's good. And then Smith, we're going to do some more breastworks over here. Then we got McCulloch. Breastworks right here, I think. Then this guy here, Johnson. I'm going to put some breastworks like so. We should be good. We should have enough time. Armistead, he'll have the fence there if he needs it, but we can also do breastworks like this. And Clark, we're gonna put behind the fence immediately. And then Longstreet's, get him up there. Let's Pickett looking over here. Still demoralized. Still very demoralized. But we will have the fortifications. So you know what? Let's actually leave Pickett's. No. We'll keep them up as reserve. Behind the artillery. Then we'll see what our line of sight looks like for our artillery once we get up here. That's actually not bad. We got some shorter range artillery. That might be like the field guns or something, but a lot of our cannons can reach. So yeah, this is 12-pounder howitzers, so we'll have to move that up. Actually, let's just move them all up. Like this. There we go. And Pickett will be back here. And are we done? We are done. So we're going to have them build one more set of breastworks like this. Actually, never mind. I'm going to say halt to that. The enemy's too close. All right, how's the artillery looking? 12-pounders really don't have any reach, do they? We'll move them up. And then that's good, that's good, that's good. Although they don't have great range either, so we'll move them up here a little bit like this. We finish those breastworks just in time. All right, here they come. Oh no, they're coming from the north. Coming from the north. Oh gosh. Okay. Clark's brigade is going to come over here and. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, like that. Get Armistead over here too. And how's Pickett looking? Unstable and stable. Well, we're going to get him over here to help out. It's all going to depend on how much stuff comes on our left here. Uh-oh, that's not good. Looks like their main push might be in the left. Johnston. McCulloch. We're going to cross the river with Ruggles. And Smith's brigade is going to come over here. And we're going to move like that. And we'll set up in a position that we're like hitting them right as they're coming out of the water, out of the ford. And McBride will have to just hang out in the back because he's unstable. Slack is getting up there, so he'll be okay on the left. Oh, hang on, hang on. Oh, okay. Pump fake, pump fake. They're coming to our right. Ruggles back behind the fortifications. Smith behind the fortification. We're going to get McCulloch up here. He's going to take this spot here because this is like point blank. Armistead will take the right fortification. And we're just going to leave Pickett's division over here to guard the ford. Now Clark, sorry buddy, we got to run you back over here. They are maneuvering. The enemy's maneuvering to try to get the advantage here. And Johnson has held the bridge all by himself so far. All right, get in there. Take your spot. Oh boy, they are pushing hard. Clark, get in there. Well, I was hoping there's like a double time I could throw on there real quick, but we'll advance. And go. And we want to check the range of our weapons here to make sure that if the enemy does come across, we are like immediately hitting them. Artillery. We could maybe move artillery like this. And and like this. And Armistead will keep, I don't know, we'll just deploy like that, I guess, up against the fence. Double up the firepower. Alright, we're putting the smackdown on them here, as they say. We're breaking them. Boy, this is a beat grinder. More of these battles, please. That is lovely. Unless we're taking horrendous casualties. We're not. Not really. We're taking a lot. Actually, who is that? McCulloch? He's stable. But we're going to follow him back and have Clark take that position, essentially. We just want to preserve our morale as much as we can for future battles, like our organization and all that. Alright, they're retreating. They've had enough. Well, they're sort of retreating, aren't they? Well then, if they don't want to entirely retreat, then we'll come up here and flank them a little bit. Get these 2 brigades involved. Did he just take a lot of... Yeah, he took 297 casualties. Armistead's taken more. Armistead needs to fall back as well before he breaks. Well, I finally broke. Don't know who that was. That was Clark. He took a lot of losses there. Alright, we'll take it. Yeah, not too bad. Double the number of casualties, for our side at least. Excellent. Excellent. Let's just picture these fellas again. We dropped their morale by another % and raised our military experience by 1%. Don't mind if we do. How are we doing here? St. Louis Ferry. So they were retreating in panic. They lost 549 killed. We lost 213 killed. That's actually pretty good too. We captured another 600 and some soldiers. We captured 2,000 rifles and 3 guns. Let's put it on pause. I want to look at the weapons again. I think we might have captured some howitzers. I don't remember. I don't know. But we are up to 6,000 Springfield muskets. That's pretty good. Now, what we can do with that is we can put some of those muskets into the Army of Tennessee, where they are needed. So we're going to pick out probably our more experienced guys. There's only 9 months left on some of these. 23 months. We're going to give it to... Ooh, rifled muskets. Yes, please. Yeah, we're going to give it to some of our 24-month volunteers because they're going to stick around longer. There we go. So now Hindman's brigade has some weapons in it. We're going to move the one that doesn't. And actually, we're going to leave it. I was gonna say move it over to these guys so that all the muskets are in the same brigade, but I do want to keep the two, or in the same division. I do want to keep the two divisions somewhat even in numbers at least. All right, we have successfully held two locations here. Uh-oh, here comes another attack. Yeah, 6,000? Sure, we'll do that. I wanted to do the same battle again. We'll repeat the same thing we did down in Tennessee if we get the chance, where if they like push in on us or we have to push in on them or whatever, we're going to smack them with some volleys to get their morale to start to flash, and then we're going to charge them with someone. I'm not sure who. I don't know. Some of our morale is hurting a bit. Also, July has arrived. I didn't look at our economic report. All right, they're green, but they're determined. Okay, so we are holding the town here. Well, we're holding Proud Run Bridge. I don't know about this. It's really like nowhere good to hold, is there? They could come, so they have this nice road here. They could come down this way. That's probably what they'll do. There we go, there's Lee. Okay. So let's position, I guess, make them come to us, right? We've got fences here to defend this crossing. Got a nice fence there. We could hold this. Okay, that's probably what we'll do. We'll do a parapet here. Have to make sure it faces the right direction. Like so. And that was half of it. And we'll do one, well, we have fences, but we'll do another one over here. Like so. And then, how's Pickett doing here? His morale's still hurting. But we're going to put him up here anyhow. And then this is Armistead's. This is Longstreet's division. So he's hurting a bit too. So I'm going to put Lee over there on the left flank to reinforce the morale situation. And Pillow's doing just fine, so he can maneuver here. He can hold, like, be here, essentially. And then we need to split the artillery. So that's 12-pound, two 12-pounders. Well, what do we got here? 12-pounder, 24-pounder, 12-pounders. So basically all 12-pounders, except for one 24. So we're going to put that 24 probably down here somewhere, like this. And we'll put the 12-pounder up. Well, let's pick out a brigade that isn't falling apart here. And the rest of these are having morale issues, so I'm just going to hold them back for now. Then as their morale gets sorted out, I can move them up. Like that. Like that. Get McBride out of the way. And like this. then we'll see. We'll see which way they want to come at us. So let's go. Let's press the button. And the longer it takes for them to get to us, the better off it is because it gives us a chance to recover some of our morale here. Like these guys. Armistead, he's back up to stable. So I can move him up now. McBride is up to confident again. So I'm actually just going to leave him a little bit back as a reserve. Longstreet, going to move him up so he's bolstering. And then build some breastworks. Yeah, the longer it takes for them to get to us, the better off the situation will be in the long run. All right, are they? Looks like they're coming down this road here. So what I think we're going to do is build breastworks like this. We'll have McBride in the forest here. And then Clark, he's still unstable. I don't think Armistead's going to have enough time to finish what he's working on. Whoa, hang on. They're not doing what I thought they were going to do. Interesting. So maybe we need to be in the forest. And the artillery needs to be like so. Kind of an interesting choice of direction here. They are faking me out quite a lot recently. Yep, there they are. And that's a detachment. That's not even a... I want to shoot at their artillery. Interesting choice. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we can do. Longstreet? Well, minus Clark's brigade, I guess, but well, Pickett. Pickett will be good for this. Pickett's going to come over here. Longstreet. We're going to grab Armistead and Johnston, because those are Mississippi rifles. So maybe Johnston can come over here. Then this is... The artillery isn't going to play much of a part in this one, I don't think. We've inflicted 0 casualties with our 24-pounder howitzers. Somehow. Pillow's division is getting bombarded, but no real damage. All right, Armistead, we're going to move up, and we're going to start hitting them from the forest. I'm pretty happy that Pickett's brigade has, or his division, has recovered as much as it has from the last battle when they were losing their minds. So we got rifled muskets here. Hey, we're starting to inflict some casualties on their artillery. If we can get them to break, that'd be pretty nice. Alright, Armistead, move on up. Alright, this guy, this is Withers. Johnston. Like so. It's getting dark. Sun's getting low, big guy. We gotta make a decision here about what we're doing. Alright, we're breaking the skirmishers. So off we go. Push up. Push up. And then Ruggles will cross the little stream there. And then Johnston with these Mississippi rifles, they can reach like the freaking moon, basically. That's incredible range. And then Clark, still nervous, still unstable. We are chasing off the artillery. There we go. This is our chance, I think. We're just going to cross over real quick if we can. Don't know if we caught a piece of them with that charge, but now McCulloch's kind of like stuck over here. Fall back. Armistead didn't even go. We'll have to roll up the flank there, I think. Not gonna have enough time to do all this by the time night gets here. Oh, hang on. Something's happening. Oh, it's a detachment. Okay. I see. This is probably my most damaged. Yeah, they've taken 159. We need to spread out. We're getting artied from somewhere. Either that or that's our guns landing close. Once we get the surround on these guys, let's go. Go, go, go. Nice, we got him in retreat. Come on, how do they get away like that? Because we don't have cavalry, that's how. How are we doing back here? Still unstable. He must have had some pretty major trauma there. All right, pickets. You can come over here and see what you can do, but wow, that was a good one. 304 losses against 1,745. That'll knock whatever little army that is out of commission for a while. Confederate major victory. Don't mind if we do. Another 0.75% morale drop for the enemy, and we're gaining military experience. I don't know. I'll have to look at like the overview or something and see what our experience looks like as a nation. All right, we killed 195. We lost 34. We captured almost 500 more. Now I want to look at strategy. Morale of armies. Ours morale is up there. Our national morale is pretty good too. We've got 19 military experience as opposed to 16 for the enemy. Oh, there it is. With military experience, more entrenchments can be constructed, and new commanders have better initial experience values. Well, there we go. That explains it. Check out the projects. We assign anything? Nope, not yet. And we're basically almost an hour into this episode. This is going to have to be the end of it. How did we do here? How are we looking? Looks like the enemy is in full retreat here. We are starting to run low on troops. Well, a little bit. Like we went from like 22,000 in this army down to 18. Meanwhile, the Florida State Militia, fully supplied. We'll better go over here and start messing around in Kansas. That'll be hopefully the next episode if I can remember to do it. And then the South Carolina State Militia. We do have guns. We got plenty of guns now. One day until that. Oh, let's do that now, I guess. All right. Oh, also, I wanted to check the economic report. We're in expansion. Tax revenues decreased during the last month, which is probably because they've pushed into Tennessee and I can't get rid of them. We built a foundry and a factory. And we've lost some corporate production, which is unfortunate. Now, is this... All right, that is ready to go. So what we're going to do with this army, South Carolina State Militia, is we're going to move it in down here to lay siege to that fort. That's what I've been meaning to do for a while now. I just didn't feel comfortable that I had enough troops to do it. I'd like another siege force to go over here to Fort Monroe, but I don't really have one. I'd have to build something from the ground up. So let's recruit a new army. We're going to recruit it out of North Carolina, led by Daniel Hill. Yeah, he's pretty famous. I'm going to give him a formation. McLaws. That's a decent guy there. We'll give him an infantry brigade out of North Carolina. A full-size infantry brigade at that. And then we'll add the Hill 3 artillery brigades. There we go. Well, that engineer is fine, but I don't want that to be an infantry guy. We'll probably need infantry guys here eventually. We'll give him. There you go. Enjoy. Now this army will be ready in about 20 some days. But the Army of North Carolina, when it's actually ready, here it is, we'll go over here and lay siege. So I'm going to move it up here so I don't lose track of it for next episode. I probably won't record for a couple days on this. And the enemy is in full retreat back into Illinois. And I know this, I'm just dragging out this episode. I'm sorry. I think I fully control all of Missouri. Yeah, I think I fully control it. Nope, there's Fredericton. So, gosh, as much as I hate to do it, I'm going to send them back down here to take that. All right. That's it. That's the last thing I'm doing. Promise. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it so much. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.